Oh, hey there, Internet! So today I'm whipping out another cosplay related tutorial, this time repping my boy Hanzo from the overly addictive game Overwatch. And today's subject matter has to deal with pouches. So many of our most beloved characters have these as a part of their attire. Not to mention, it's super convenient to have around when you're going to conventions because you can make these completely functional so you can actually store your crap in them. I'm going to show you an easy and highly customizable way to make one of these little bad boys. All that's left now is to get on into it. So first off, you're going to need to create a template. You can easily modify the dimensions to fit your own needs and make the pouch as skinny, tall, or squat as you want. Now transfer the template onto craft foam and cut it out. On the longer end, draw a line along the bottom of both side panels. Measure a line 2 inches below that and draw another line. Take an X-Acto knife and slice halfway through down the lines, not all the way through. This will make the foam easier to fold and hold its shape, which will be the bottom of the pouch. For the actual pouch material, I'll be using a thin brown vinyl. This is actually left over from a different project. Yay! I'm cheap. Flip that fabric over and trace the foam pattern, leaving about a ½ inch or so for seam allowance. Then cut that out too. Wha-bam! So now, don't grab fabric pins. Those things are for suckers. We're going to use these neato little clips, which are far easier to work with, don't leave holes in thicker fabrics, and are quick and easy to remove while sewing. Going with the longer end again, you're going to carefully line up those sides with the sides of the side panels. It's gonna get awkward, but you'll get the right shape in the end. Then sew those bad boys up. Once you've sewn the two sides, all you's gotta do is turn that pouch right side out and you're about halfway done. Now we're going to focus on the pouch flap. Hem all 3 sides to make them look nice and clean. Instead of hemming the inside lip, I just used a very tight zigzag stitch to mimic a serged look. And looky that! We have the makings of a pouch. It's looking good as it is if that's what you're going for, or you can spruce it up with embellishments. In my case, I'm recreating Hanzo's pouches, which are a bit darker than this brown, so feel free to give them a couple coats of paint. This adds dimension to it as well, giving it some natural shadows and highlights with the contrast between the 2 shades of brown. Further embellishments include closures or clasps. Feel free to use your imagination. I'll be referencing Hanzo's character art for these. 2 rectangles, one larger and one smaller, painted the same, and then glued together using trusty old E6000. Careful, the cap can get glued shut. Oops. Hack time! Use more of those fabric clips to hold your pieces together while they dry. Glue the clasp onto the pouch flap, using the same hack to keep them together while they dry, only this time using a giant hair clip. Now Hanzo's pouches have golden details outlining the flap and pouch closure, so to get the right dimensions and shape, I'm cutting a ½ inch strip of folder paper. Yes, I'm aware that I'm cutting into my desk, but trust me, this beauty has been through a lot over the years. I've given up trying to protect it. So now take your pouch flap and use the thin strip to map out the placement of the golden detail. This is a more foolproof way to get the right dimensions rather than trying to sketch it out and make a gajillion adjustments till you get it right. Just place the strip down, Mark where you need to cut, and then temporarily secure it to the pouch. Repeat till you've got the entire outline. Using another square of vinyl fabric, transfer the pattern you just created onto the back, keeping in mind to flip the pattern as the final cutout will be mirrored on the right side. And enter my furry assistant. She takes her cuddling job very seriously. A little too seriously. And she doesn't take no for an answer. Once it's all cut out, test the fit and make any minor adjustments. As previously mentioned, these details are gold, so I'm going over it with several coats of a shimmery golden acrylic paint. Then go ahead and slap that puppy on. Work in sections so you get the placement right without getting glue all over the place. Throw something heavy on top of it to keep it in place till it dries. Almost done! Grab your foam pattern and shove that into the pouch. This is going to give it structure and stability so it doesn't collapse on itself. Look how pretty! To keep the flap closed, I'm going with good old industrial strength Velcro. I initially was going to use heavy-duty magnets, but the ones I ordered turned out to be too clunky, so I opted for this quick fix instead. Still good in a pinch, but magnets would be easier to hide inside the foam lining. Just cut a decent-sized strip, map out the placement, and attach. Feel free to use hot glue to reinforce them. Woo! Now it's fully functional! You can actually store crap in there! Hanzo's pouches have one last tiny golden V detail below the flap clasp. Glue that sucker down and you're finally done! Da 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 da! Now you can create as many pouches in as many different sizes and shapes as you want. Just let your creativity run amok. If you have found anything in this video helpful whatsoever, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for more cosplay and nerd-related content. Bye!